Are you running your business or is your business running you? In the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing you a powerful time management system that transformed my chaos into control, allowing me to build 30 to 50 homes a year while enjoying my life and time with family. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with my proven 5-step time management blueprint that's been in the making for over 2 decades. You're going to learn how to eliminate bottlenecks in your decision making, delegate like a pro without losing control, and reclaim your time to focus on what truly drives your profits. This isn't just theory, this is the actionable system that helped me consistently build profitable homes with freedom and ease. I've spent over 20 years in the Raleigh-Durham area navigating the ups and downs of the building industry. I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed and unpaid, but I've also completed hundreds of successful builds, hit deadlines consistently, and empowered countless amounts of builders through my home building blueprint program that turn chaotic time sinks into profitable powerhouses. And don't forget to download your free copy of my guide from builder to business owner. Click the link in the description. It's completely free and it's gonna save you the headaches of trying to figure this out on your own. Now, before we dive into the 5 steps, I need you to understand something. Most builders I work with are juggling 2 to 5 projects at once and can barely keep their heads above water. They've got revenue coming in, but they're still the bottleneck in every single decision. Does that sound familiar? Here's what I see happening. You're ordering the materials, reviewing the budget, chasing the payment, checking the punch list, and doing everything. And the problem with that is you are the system. If you go down, the whole thing goes down. I remember being in that exact spot. Back when I first got started, I was working myself to death. I was micromanaging every detail because I thought that's what good builders do. But let me tell you something, that's not building a business. That's building yourself a very expensive job. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I drop a new video about becoming a successful and confident new construction home builder. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Step 1 is stop becoming the hero in every single story. And I know it's hard because we're builders. We like to fix things. We like to solve problems. But here's the reality check you need. If you're involved in every single decision, you're not running a business, you're running a hobby. Let me give you an example from my business. We have a virtual assistant who handles everything that doesn't require to physically be somewhere or have a specific experience. She takes care of the subcontractor agreements, the W-9s, insurance certificates, follows up on RFPs, basically anything I used to think only I can do properly. And you know what I realized? I was holding on to those tasks not because I was the only one who could do them, but I was scared to let go of control. That fear was costing me thousands of dollars and lost opportunities because while I was chasing down paperwork, I wasn't out there finding the next profitable deal. Here's what you need to do. Make a list of everything you did yesterday. I'm serious, everything. Then put a dollar amount next to each task. What's your time worth? $100 an hour, $200 an hour? If you're spending $200 an hour time on $20 an hour tasks, you're bleeding money. The magic question I ask myself for every task is, does this absolutely require my physical presence or my specific expertise? If the answer is no, it goes on the delegation list. Step 2, create systems that run without you. And look, I get it. The word systems makes people's eyes glaze over. But listen, systems are just repeatable processes that get the same result every time, regardless of who's doing the work. Let me break this down with a real example. When we were getting ready to put out a new project for RFPs, my VA has a specific checklist. She knows exactly which contractors to send it to, what documents need to go out, how to follow up if someone doesn't respond. She doesn't need to call me and ask, what do I do next? Because the system tells her what to do. Here's how you build these systems. Start with one process that you do repeatedly. Let's say order materials. Write down every single step that you take. And I mean every single step. Where do you go to check inventory? What information do you need? Who do you call? What's the backup plan if the first choice isn't available? Once you have this written down, test it. Give it to someone else to see if they can follow it without asking any questions. If they can't, your system needs work. If they can, congratulations. you just bought yourself back hours of time. I use a project management software for this. Everything is templated. When I start a new build, I don't think about scheduling because the system automatically knows the foundation comes before the framing, the electrical roughing happens before the drywall. The system manages the timeline, not me. And here's the beautiful part. Once you have the systems, you can start predicting the problems before they happen. You know that if the foundation is delayed by a week, it pushes everything else back. You can communicate with subs, adjust schedules, and solve problems proactively instead of reactively. Step 3 is mastering strategic delegation, and this is where most builders completely mess up. They think delegation means dump and run, just give someone else a task and hope for the best. That's not delegation. It'll bite you in the ass every time. Strategic delegation has 3 parts: the right person, the right training, and the right accountability. First, the right person. Not everyone can do everything. I've got a guy who's amazing at managing subcontractors but terrible with paperwork. I've got somebody else who gets incredibly detailed with scheduling but gets overwhelmed on job sites. You need to know people's strengths and weaknesses and delegate accordingly. Second, training. You can't just hand someone a task and expect them to read your mind. When I train someone on a responsibility, I use what I call a watch, help, do method. They first watch me do it while I explain every step. Then they help me do it while asking questions. And finally, they do it while I watch and provide feedback. Only then they do it independently. Third, accountability. This doesn't mean micromanaging. It means setting clear expectations and check-in points. Here's a game changer tip. Start delegating your $50 an hour tasks before you delegate your $20 an hour tasks. Why? Because $50 an hour tasks are more engaging and challenging. People are more likely to succeed and take ownership when they feel like they're being trusted with important work. And listen, your first attempts with delegation will probably fail. That's normal. I remember the first time I tried delegating purchasing. It was a disaster. But instead of taking it back and doing it myself, I figured out what went wrong and fixed the system. Now purchasing runs smoother than when I was doing it myself. Step 4 is time blocking for maximum focus. And this one technique alone has probably saved me about 10 hours a week. Here's how most builders manage their time. They react to what's loudest. Phone rings, they answer it. Text comes in, they respond immediately. An email pops up, they stop what they're doing to read it. And that's not time management, that's time chaos. Time blocking means assign specific blocks of time to specific types of work. For example, I do all of my administrative work, emails, calls, paperwork, between 7 and 9 a.m. in the morning. That's it. Outside of true emergencies, everything else waits. From 9 to 11, I'm either on job sites or working on deals. From 11 to 1, I'm available for meetings, calls with subs, suppliers, and team members. Afternoon time blocks are for planning, reviewing progress, and strategic thinking. Many times I'm doing this while smoking a cigar. The key is batching similar activities together. Instead of checking email 47 times a day, I check it twice, morning and end of the day. Instead of making supply calls throughout the day, I batch my purchasing conversations into one focused block. This isn't about efficiency, this is about energy management. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain needs time to refocus. Those transition costs add up to hours of productivity every day. And protect your most important blocks like your life depends on it. My deal sourcing time is sacred. Unless there's literally a fire on a job site, nothing interrupts that block. Step 5 is weekly reviews and continuous improvement. This is the step most people skip and why they keep making the same management mistakes over and over. Every Friday afternoon, I spend about 30 minutes reviewing the week. Not just what got done, but how efficiently it got done. What took longer than expected? Where did I get pulled into tasks that someone else should have been doing? What fires could have been prevented with better planning? I track 3 key metrics: project timeline adherence, budget variance, and what I call owner intervention incidents. Basically, how many times does someone have to come to me for decisions that should have been handled by the system? The goal isn't perfection, it's improvement. If I had to make 20 decisions last week that should have been delegated, I need to figure out why. Was the training inadequate? Was the process unclear? Did I not give people enough authority to make decisions? Here's what I've learned. Small improvements compound to massive time savings. If I can eliminate just 30 minutes of inefficiency per day, that's 2.5 hours a week, 10 hours a month, and 120 hours per year. That ends up being 3 full work weeks of time I get back just from minor process improvements. I also use this time to plan the upcoming week strategically. What are the 3 most important things that I need to happen? What potential roadblocks can I see coming? What resources do I need to line up? And here's the accountability piece. I share my weekly review with my key team members. Not to micromanage them, but to keep everybody aligned on priorities and to identify where we can improve as a team. Now let me tell you how this all comes together in the real world. When I first started implementing these 5 steps, it felt overwhelming. I was trying to create systems while managing current projects, train people while meeting deadlines, and change my entire approach while keeping revenue flowing. Here's my advice. Start with 1 project and 1 system. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick your next build and implement these time management principles from day 1. Use it as a test case. The transformation doesn't happen overnight. But when it does happen, it's dramatic. I went from working 70 plus hours a week and feeling like I was barely keeping up to working less than 40 hours a week while building more homes than ever. And the best part, my business doesn't stop when I'm not there. I can take vacations without constantly checking my phone. I can focus on strategy and growth instead of daily firefighting. I can actually enjoy the success I worked so hard to build. Remember, the goal isn't just to manage time better, it's to buy back your freedom. Time is the one resource you can never get more of. Every hour you waste on low-value tasks is an hour you're not spending with your family, pursuing new opportunities, or simply enjoying life. Your business should serve your life, not consume it. These 5 steps will help you get there, but only if you actually implement them. Don't just watch this video and move on. Take action. Look, if you're feeling overwhelmed by everything I just shared, that's completely normal. But here's what I want you to remember. Every successful builder you admire has had time to figure this out. The difference between builders who stay stuck in the chaos and those who break free is simple. The successful ones take out what they learn. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, download that free guide. And remember, the link is in the description below. Second, pick one of these 5 steps and implement it, just one. Don't do everything at once. And third, if you're ready to go deeper and want help building a complete business system that runs without you, check out my home building blueprint program. I'll also have that link in the description. It's the exact blueprint I use with builders who want to go from overwhelmed and financially strained to efficient, profitable, and free. If this video has helped you see time management differently, smash that like button and let me know in the comments which one of these 5 steps you're going to implement first. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm constantly dropping new content about building a profitable, sustainable construction business. Until next time, remember, your business should serve your life, not consume it. Now go take your time back.